Welcome to the Startup Funding Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, where we talk about how to raise funding and invest in startups and the time it takes to drink an espresso. If you have a question about startup funding or investing, please go to the website, startupfundingespresso.com, and type in your question into the chat bot in the lower right corner to receive an answer. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot at startup funding and investing. DAOs, or distributed autonomous organizations, align a group of people toward a common goal. Forming capital is often part of the process of achieving that goal. Here are some key points in forming capital with your DAO. The DAO should coordinate the members of the community and help achieve their goals. The members should control the code and not the developers. There needs to be tokens distributed for work performed in addition to capital invested. A fundraise for a DAO must include the amount to be raised, the tokens to be offered, and the rights those tokens bring to investors. Determine in advance what type of tokens will be used, such as stablecoins or your own coin. Stablecoins remove the risk that comes from your own coin. The cap table is formed when the funds are raised and the tokens are distributed. Once the funds are raised, they must be allocated between the treasury, yield farming, and operations. Raising for a DAO is no different than raising for a startup. First, access your network. Second, draw the circle wider and access those related to your network. Use the success of the first raise to fuel the second. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start listening to today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.